Anxiety, a profound number of people struggle with this, and some of us aren't even aware that we're anxious a lot of the time. It can be anything from feeling a bit jittery, a little out of focus, to a profound sense of falling into the abyss. People freeze, some people go mute, cannot make a decision, totally overwhelmed. Usually it's for the same reason for all of us, which is we're not dealing with something and we get stuck fantasizing about what's going to go wrong. It is awful and it obstructs all kinds of things. People lose relationships, lose houses. It obviously, thunderballs, I was going to say, snowballs. What people do often in the face of something going wrong is they identify very much with a really vulnerable part of themselves that was overwhelmed at some point in the past, and we are just in that space, regressed. Most people in any situation, if you ask them, how old are you? Most people can give a figure. In these instances, people often are childlike because we've identified so much with having a fear like this of being overwhelmed before that's all we remember. It's like a stuck record, and we go back there and we remain there. So where we are when we're anxious is very rarely, if at all, in the now. We're in the past or the future, or running back and forth, predicting this terrible thing that's going to happen. And unfortunately, it usually does, because that's where our focus is, and that's what we're certain about. We grab on to anything to get a sense that I know what's going to happen. Even if we have to contort our whole belief system, we will do something in order to feel we know something. What we can do as a tip, because this is a big deal for people, most of us don't do the right thing by ourselves, by us, and therefore we end up in a heap of trouble later on down the road. We don't say the unsayable. We don't address something that might be a bit awkward. We don't do the right thing. What we can do is what most of us would do in a situation where someone is vulnerable and overwhelmed, which is to step in from a place of authority. Anybody can do something about this. Many people go to a really, really, really terrible place with anxiety. Even those people, in my experience, can pull themselves right out of it. Nearly pulled my head off then. And step up. Imagine you're in a room with a desperately frightened child. The ability for people to make a snap, spontaneous decision lies within us all. But when it comes to us doing right by us, we usually fall short if we even bother. What we can ask, which is a tip, it's not going to deal with it obviously, but I do my best, is to ask ourselves, how old am I right now? What would the healthy adult part of me do for me right now? And we all know the answer. It is doing the right thing. Make the call. Say the truth. Say the unsayable. Address the situation. Get out the bill and look at actually how much has gathered since the last time we didn't look at the bill. Confront. Many people will find, and by all means tell me about it, that once we actually take a look at something, it doesn't look how we predicted it would look.